In this video, I'm going to give you a disclosure update regarding a Facebook post that Tom DeLonge posted 11 hours ago. He said that he is going to meet this week two of the biggest aerospace companies, the most prestigious aerospace companies in the world. Before I cover it, I'm going to read it to you and then we'll analyze it together. I have meetings with the two largest and most prestigious aerospace companies in the world this week. Both are interested in a potential partnership with To The Stars to build an advanced electromagnetic craft. It's happening. As I've been saying, this is real and To The Stars is the architect. The world is about to get a wake-up call in a handful of days. DeLonge has mentioned this before. In fact, I recall him mentioning it when he was on the Joe Rogan podcast on October 26th. But he has brought it up again in a very serious way, and he got into the specifics of saying two of the biggest and most prestigious aerospace companies in the world. Now I'm gonna give you a little information that I suspect. Maybe I wear my tinfoil hat too tightly, but I truly do suspect this. You see, I don't believe this whole thing is random. I believe this has been orchestrated meticulously by very smart people within the Pentagon, that this is all being essentially managed. Now, even though Tom DeLonge says he's going to have talks with two of the biggest aerospace companies to partner with him, I lean towards believing that they already know, the higher-ups who are orchestrating this government elaborate disclosure, they already know who Tom DeLonge and who his To The Stars Academy is going to partner with. So in a sense, these talks with the aerospace companies are fictitious. Now, it's theater. Now, I don't believe that Tom DeLonge knows this. I don't know if his entire team knows this. Maybe some of them know it and some of them don't. But the idea that they're just going to have these talks with aerospace companies and hopefully they'll find an aerospace company that wants to hook up with them and give them capital and engage with them to build a UFO craft, to me, is something I have a hard time believing, because I believe this whole thing is orchestrated. I want to make it clear that I am not under the false impression that the deep black projects within the military-industrial complex don't already have the technology that Tom DeLonge and the To The Stars Academy are pursuing. Oh, they absolutely, in my opinion, already have it. Why would they not have it? It would be illogical that they don't have it. Think about it. The whole selling point of the To The Stars Academy company is that we see UFOs out there and we want to duplicate that technology through R&D. But the Lockheed Martin Skunk Works and all the other aerospace companies, what, they didn't know that? They were in the dark that there's UFOs and they didn't have recognition of that? Of course they knew. They knew for the longest time. So obviously they have been working on theoretical technologies and have developed magnificent and amazing technologies. So the whole idea that To The Stars Academy is going to be creating something that hasn't already been created by the aerospace companies working in the deep black projects, of course, is ridiculous. And I think most people know that. So this brings us to the conundrum. If the deep black projects that are controlled by aerospace companies, quasi-corporate companies that are sort of a mixture of military and corporate companies, if they already have this technology, then why are we playing this game of charades where it's going to somehow be created by To The Stars Academy and as if it was never created before? That is actually an incredibly complex question. And the reason it's so complex is because it's based upon the 70-year truth embargo that has been implemented by these entities, military, corporate entities, in control of the secrecy. And so, as a result, they have lied to a lot of people and withheld a lot of information from people that they were not legally allowed to do so. And so it's an incredible mess, and it would be difficult for me to hash it out because of its complexity. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to read you an excerpt from an amazing article written by Mark Hurlburt. Hope I'm pronouncing that correctly. There's a link to the article below if you're interested. And here's the article, and I'm going to read you an excerpt of it. He's referencing the technology that the black programs have developed and the problem with bringing these technologies out to the public. The idea of bringing this information out as part of a tightly managed story is a way to fix context in the public's mind, the way that the To The Stars Incorporated principles want it to be perceived. The knowledge to be revealed will likely involve extremely disruptive technologies involving energy production and transportation, including perhaps travel into the cosmos. As welcome as these may be in the time of environmental crisis and stagnation in human space exploration, the extremely powerful elites at the top of our industrial food chain will undoubtedly do all they can to retain their positions and power. Along with that, as Stephen Greer and others have stated, the facts of the 70-year or more long truth embargo concerning the UFO phenomena include the strong probability that this embargo has been accomplished using high levels of illegal methods. One aspect of this would seem to be that as a result of the difficulties involved in keeping certain things from being known by certain persons who may have the legal right to this secret knowledge, such as certain public officials from the president on down, as well as certain officers in the military, even including members of the Joint Chiefs of Staff, members of the military have apparently resorted to putting certain technologies in the hands of private corporations where they become proprietary knowledge and are not accessible to public officials or the military in general. Though some in the military retain yet deny this knowledge in a working relationship with the corporations involved. This generally requires some members of the military to break the law by lying about or not admitting to knowledge that is unknown to the questioner regardless of rank. There may be many powerful people who may stand to suffer serious consequences if all of this is exposed to the public in an uncontrolled manner. To the Stars Incorporated makes the statement that, quote, public disclosure is essential and must be conducted in a way that is responsible, end quote. It would be interesting to know the specifics of their use of the word responsible. Even Tom DeLonge has already acknowledged that these technologies already exist within deep black projects. In what I believe is a Facebook post that DeLonge posted perhaps right after the October 11th event or somewhere around there, he wrote the following, although he has deleted it, but he wrote the following, I believe. Extremely classified technology adapted for weaponry or defense will never be released to public. It must be owned and invented by a civilian private company to benefit the world. Thus, the To the Stars team members, just wait, the best stuff is still coming. I want you to realize that the fact that Tom DeLonge is in talks with two of the largest aerospace companies in the world is another manifestation of official government disclosure beyond what Lou Elizondo said regarding his experience in the Pentagon. And I'll explain why this is after I show you this clip with Steve Justice way back in October 11th during the To the Stars Academy press conference. In the following clip, Steve Justice is acknowledging Lou Elizondo, who admitted that UFOs are real and that he knows that they are real because he worked in a secret program in the Pentagon that monitored them. And he's also referencing Chris Mellon, who spoke at length about a highly corroborated UFO event that happened in 2004 to the USS Nimitz. Roll the clip.
I want you to play back in your heads for just a minute what you heard from Chris and Lou. And I want you to think about these real people that are involved in this, how they've been impacted by what they've seen, the witnesses that Chris talked about, Lou himself. And I want you to ask yourself, how can I say this is not real? Okay? To me, this makes it real. And that means it can be done. It means it can be done. So if it can be done, let's trust their position. Okay? And one of the things I want to do is figure out what those technologies are in this observed vehicle, and I want to build that.
One of the things I want to do is figure out what these technologies are in these observed vehicles, and I want to build that. What I just stated, which is a direct quote of Steve Justice, is precisely what the To the Stars Academy company is built upon, or it's a major portion of what it's built upon. If you're an aerospace company, you would not partner with another company whose mantra is that not only do UFOs exist, but that we can duplicate their technology. You just wouldn't partner with that company unless you actually concurred with that sentiment. And this is why the talking with the aerospace company and the potential partnering with them is a very strong manifestation of government official disclosure. If you enjoyed this video, I do hope that you will subscribe. And I have a Patreon in the description. Give whatever you like, give nothing at all. My videos will always be free. And I look forward to seeing you in a post-disclosure world.